Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. Welcome to your reading. So when I was getting into your energy, what I heard was that song, Bring Me a Higher Love. Who is that? Is that Collins? Phil Collins that sings it? I could be totally wrong. Anyways, so there was like it was like the desert Southwest or something, but there was like these mountains, this cliff, and you were scaling it. When you got to the top, you turned around and it's like the valley below. So you came up on the desert, you get to the top and you look down, though it's so verdant. There's so much on the other side. Whatever you think is an obstacle in your life is not. You can overcome it. And because like you get to the top, and when you get to the top, you look down, and it's peaceful and flowing and easy to get to, and there's so much lushness over there. Oh my God. All right. Look, I know that it feels like it's been really hard and you've gone through some really tough times here, but your decision, your choice to higher love, that is love of self. That is when you allow the love of spirit to come in and to show you that you deserve this unconditional love. I feel like spirit has got your back. They're asking you to turn around and see it. Your overall energy here, you have the Ace of Cups, but you could see spirit flying there. This is the after tarot that I'm using. And so you are being offered love, right? The love of spirit. Like usually it brings in the cup, but it's bringing in the heart and spirit is flying over it. This is higher love that's being brought to you. And whereas you've been struggling to overcome the self-doubts and maybe not trusting the decision-making process that you've had in the past, making choices and decisions along the way that now you're second-guessing yourself, but they want to remind you that that was part of scaling the mountain. That was part of climbing up this sheer cliff to get to the top, because it is in the process of doing this hard work that you have learned what you're capable of. And that sense of self-worth and self-value and self-esteem is part and parcel of the self-love, but they are asking you to have unconditional love for yourself, which means that where you think you've made mistakes, instead to view those with kindness and compassion. And recognize that even though you are spirit, you are in a human body, and that you came here to make what you think as a mistake, which was really a learning experience, a divine detour. And so here we have this this key to the situation is you need to let something go. Cancer, yeah, very, very strong Cancer, right? Cancer Sun, Mercury, Venus, and North Node. And there's this tendency to hang on tightly to that which is so dear to us. And what is so dear to us, a lot of time it's relationships. It could be mementos from our childhood, our parents' furniture. What is weighing you down in your life, right? What are you dragging like an anvil through your life that is making it impossible for you to scale that mountain? Because trust me, it was such a sheer cliff that if you got a big anchor you're trying to pull up with you, it's not that you're not going to get there, because I believe you will, but it will take longer, right? You're just trying to haul that load of stuff up behind you. And so the key to the situation is to let go. And I want to say let go of half. Oh, wow. I don't know how you're going to measure this. But here we have this Four of Pentacles, clinging tightly. And here comes the card of death, of transformation, the Harvest card. The scythe is coming in to help you to let go. There's a harvesting. This looks like around money too. So if you want to increase the resources, and I definitely feel like this is about resources because of so many pentacle cards showing up here. So if you want to increase, and resources could be the amount of time you have, or the amount of love you have, or the amount of energy you have. So maybe you let go of half of the crap you're spending your time and your energy on, so that you can feel more rested and have more joy in your life. That could totally be it. If you are like me, I will take on multiple jobs. Generally, I don't really know that there's been very many points in my life where I've only ever had one. I generally have 2 to 3, and occasionally I've had 5. Twice I've done that. And so before I got to 5, of course, that meant I had 4, right? It was a building process. So I really want to encourage you to look at where you are putting out all your energy. Where can you cut that in half? Because here in the action to take, we have the 2 of Pentacles. And he has 2 pentacles, and he's balancing them, but he's moving toward the ship. And that ship is going to carry him somewhere on a new adventure, a new opportunity. This might be a really good time to encourage you to join me for the live chat. I do a collective video. And this week, we were looking at the portal energy of 1111. I'm actually on the 1111 gateway recording this, and the cards for you were about adventure and challenge, and what are you willing to do to move forward on it. And Spirit is saying, in order to move forward on it, there's a need to release and let go of maybe some old paradigms, some old thought process, some old ways of looking at yourself. There's a need to cut something in half from the 4 to the 2 to lighten up your load enough to be able to move forward. It's very encouraging energy. And they're asking you, it almost feels like, to cut the responsibilities in half. It's like if you're so busy hanging on, you don't have any fun. And how do you transform the situation? It is the 3 of Cups. It's about having some fun and what brings you joy and what brings you happiness. And it's also about finding that new community that you fit into. And there's a lot of shifting energy, right? We aren't all really close with the same people we've always been really close with. Like some of them, yes, but some of them, no. And there's this whole shifting energy. Here you've been seeking to fill yourself up with joy. We've got the Knight of Cups, drinking from the cup of creative energy, the cup of joy, the cup of spirituality. There's a lot of ways to look at that emotional cup. But you've been struggling to let something go. That's it. It's done. Maybe you're transitioning from one career to another, a place of business. Maybe you're moving from one community to another. You know, there's some kind of a major transition that it took you a long time, because the card of Judgment here is the obstacle, where either you didn't trust your judgment or you had a hard time making a decision. Here we have what's been draining your energy, the burial scene of the 10 of Swords. It's saying, that part of my life is done. That part is done. And if you won't go willingly, it will happen for you, though it may feel like to you. In the energy of resources, you have help coming in. And it doesn't feel like help to you for some reason. You feel like you're being crowded out. But maybe that is to give you space to be more creative in another direction. So here we have the wounded warrior of the 9 of Wands standing here. But look, I almost feel like, did you notice? It's like he turned around and he's like, oh God, look, there's that big person also standing there. Did you know that Spirit had your back? Have you been paying attention? That's what it feels like. Like you don't have to do this alone, and you're not doing this alone. And so when you have gratitude for what the help is, then you understand that you have help and you're not in this alone. And more is always abundant and coming in. Here in the area of the heart space, we have the 7 of Pentacles, and you can see some things were worth harvesting. But again, he's got one in his hand and he's got the one he just, harvested over here. That's the 2. And there's things that are being left to grow for another day. Or this is the one worth taking, and that one he's letting it break down to feed the soil, maybe. Because here we have the Queen of Pentacles, the nurturing energy. She is focused on what she is trying to grow. We have this little bunny rabbit of abundance, so I think it's going to come a lot quicker than you think. But she only has 1 pentacle. And this dude is moving on forward with just 2, right? There's a reduction that's necessary from this 4. There's too many things, too many things taking your energy. So if you're trying to focus on creating a new business, then maybe you need to watch a little less Netflix. Or if you are trying to learn a new skill, maybe you need to, there's a difference between being productive and being busy. So how are you streamlining your time and your energy into a way that's effective to align, like the Chariot, right? To align your actions with your goals. That's a really nice reading. Like all the icky stuff is over here. The way forward looks pretty darn good. But it requires the action on your part of focusing in on what it is you want and giving it your time and attention. So if you want that beach body, then now's the time to start working for it, right? Like now's the time. Okay, so you have so much wisdom inside of you. All right, so let's look at this. We're going to follow the moon along through the week, and it starts out on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in Leo, the fire sign. If you are Cancer rising, this is in your 2nd house of finances. Here we have the elder. There's this herd of deer, and there's that great stag, right? Kind of reminds me of the great stag in the woods in Bambi. And we have the freedom horse. Horse is about assistance. This one is running fast. But it also, I want you to remember that there is freedom. There is freedom in cutting back, to giving yourself space to manifest and create with. This elder says that you have much wisdom inside of you. Tune in. Your spirit guide team is right here. They got your back. Are you paying attention? They're right there. They're trying to help you along the way. Opportunities are coming in, but make sure what you're seeking is the joy and the happiness. That's how you bring in the opportunities. You have the freedom to move in any direction you want to, and you will be assisted. We are at a decision choice point, a major one. A major one. That's what that video was really about. I'm also on Facebook every day. I did a lot. I did an extra special one for just this portal with the astrology, but we are at a major inflection point. And we have the freedom to choose right now, but what we choose kind of sets us on a path. Not that you can't readjust along the way. Of course you will. But you have the potential to really lay the foundation for something that has longevity, the gift of longevity that comes with it. And so choosing wisely, right? There's no 7 of Cups here, though. I think you should stop questioning your judgment. Just let go of what didn't work. It's okay. However much time you put into something that didn't work, that's okay too. It wasn't wasted. You learned something. You grew. But now it's time to cut back, cut down, cut out, release, let go. I mean, that scythe doesn't leave any real room for guessing what Spirit is trying to say. Spirit is saying you're hanging on too tightly to some crap you got to let go of. It might be that it's time to clean out your closet and donate stuff. because that energetically creates space. It could be that you're the person who always sends out 200 Christmas cards. How about this year you send them out to the people that returned you a Christmas card last year? Bet you cut it in half right there. I used to do that. They went out on Thanksgiving and I would send out like over 100 Christmas cards every year. And I started one year, I was like, who sent me one back last year? And they got it. And now there's hardly any Christmas cards to go back and forth because people weren't putting in the effort. And I thought, well, why am I? Right? And so that freed up hours of my time. Yeah, that's I did this year. Yeah, there's a few people I want to send them to anyway. But, you know, I'm in a different space. I needed time before. Now, I want connection. You got the card of surrender. That's so freaking funny. You gotta let something go. And it could also be about letting go of control. So maybe, oh my God. So maybe, wow. So Spirit is there. If you realize that Spirit is your partner and you let go of half of the control, right? And you allow Spirit to do their part, then you only have to do your part. Half the energy going in, greater returns. So if you've been trying to over manage something, control all the details, need to know exactly where you're going before you get on board ship. But when you're traveling lightly, you're like, yeah, there's a trip, there's an adventure, there's a challenge. I'm going to go for it. I don't have as, you know, if you're backpacking through Europe, you can catch any old Eurail you want to, right? Because you only have the backpack. You can shift and change and adjust as you go. I really feel like Spirit wants you to lighten up and let them carry some of the burden. Surrender to the divine. Like, you don't have to know all the answers. And because we have the card here of a compass, the lost compass, getting back into integrity. I haven't had to read any of these yet, but I feel like the integrity has to do with, what do you really want? Like, are you busy doing what everybody else wants you to do and you've forgotten what your soul mission was? There is a need with all these pentacles here to really ground your energy. Okay? So, if you don't have a spiritual practice that you participate in on a daily basis, I would really up that, right? And let Spirit carry half the burden here. In order to create and manifest stuff, there's a need to show up on the daily basis for yourself towards your goal. And so this compass here is saying, you know, refocus on what you need to do today. And then tomorrow you say, what do I need to do today? So there's a need to focus, which is grounding. And grounding is when you put concentrated focus into one area. You concentrate your energy into that one thing so you can move it forward. The Chariot card in the, I don't have it here, in the Light Seers tarot deck, it shows this guy on top of the chariot. The chariot is your card, okay? So it shows the guy driving it from on top of the chariot. It's like a stagecoach kind of thing, or maybe like in Europe it would have been like the coach that, you know, the kings rode in or whatever. But the horses are not harnessed. And one represents your conscious mind and one is your subconscious mind. And he is using his focused intention and he's leaning in, and it is this energy of his desire and his will and his intention that keeps everything in alignment and moving forward. If you're feeling like you've lost your way, reconnect to spirit. Let go of the need to control. That's that surrender card, and allow spirit to be there to assist you. To assist you. And so when that moon is in Virgo, that is grounding energy. And so there's a need to really ground and surrender. There's also a grand earth trine that happens on Friday. And so, this is about trying to bring a plan together. So ground your energy. Put it on paper. Write some steps out. Whatever you want to do, but taking action on a daily basis is going to be how you get there. There's this juggling act, this need to take steps forward. All work and no play, not good. Just daily progress, just a step or so at a time. With Mars in retrograde until, in retrograde until the middle of January, but not even out of shadow until the spring equinox. Until that happens, things are going to be slow anyway. So, but moving forward is moving forward. Over the weekend, when that moon is in Libra, part of regaining your balance is you have service with an open heart is the key to satisfaction. The heart is service. Cancer, you're happy to give. I know that. But it's in balance, right? So, great time to reach out to community, family, friends. Reach out to them. Check in. Have the conversation. Can you help somebody out? Because you know how it fills up your cup. It replenishes you when you give if you're not overgiving. There's a balance. And so I feel as though a really great thing to do this week is to sit down and look at your schedule and where are you spending your time and your effort. And then what are your overall goals and do they match up? And how can you bring that back into alignment? I think you will find that a very beneficial use of your time. All right? I hope that was helpful. Guys, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already done so and you're still watching. That would be appreciated by me. Thank you so much for your time. Join me on Facebook every day, and I would love to see you in the live chat. That is Sunday the 13th at 7:30 p.m. Only 6 minutes. I only spent 6 minutes on the collective, and then there's about 6 minutes per sign of information that came through from Spirit. So pretty nice reading. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.